What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the greatest podcast of all times, Rabbit Trails. Hey guys, this is kind of irregular, I know. It's just me right now. If you're not watching, if you're just listening, it's just a frame of me right now. Josh is not present, and so I'm currently unfulfilled. My life is just not as fun without Josh around. But don't worry, it's not for the whole episode. This is a post-episode recording. It's actually several days after we recorded this episode. But after we were done filming, I got up to turn off the camera and saw that it was already off. There's no way for us to know because Ricky was not here. That is my washing machine. I'm doing my clothes right now. Ricky was not here, so he could not check the camera to see, hey, the camera's off. I should turn that back on. Again, Ricky sucks. So we got the first half of this episode. Josh looks super hot. I'm about to release y'all into this week's episode where we talk about Rebel Moon Part 2. Without further ado, I'll shut up and you can enjoy the episode.
And we're back.
And we're back right after that lovely theme song.
It was really good.
Thank you, guy on Fiverr who made that.
Thanks, guy.
Can't remember your name.
Yeah. Thanks, guy who made it.
Thanks, guy who made it.
Be sure to
you know who you are.
Go put it, buy it off iTunes.
Yeah, it's super. It's top of the charts.
Top on the charts, yeah.
Top on the chart. I don't know.
Top of the chart.
It's top of the chart. He's trying Guys, I'm in a silly goose mood right now. I've entered silly goose-dom right now.
I'm trying to mimic off of that. I'm just
Dude, get in the silly goose-dom.
I'm dead tired right now, dude. And I've had an energy drink today. I've had 2 cups of coffee.
Oh my gosh.
Snorted heroin.
What time did you wake up though?
6.
Yeah, and you did go to bed at like what, 12:30, maybe even later?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
tough. Me and sleep are not, you know what?
Yeah, you guys aren't cool.
When Nas said sleep is the cousin of death, that really resonated with me at such a young age that I carried on to my life.
You said,
now.
I'm not really related to either of them.
Yeah.
Because you can't die and you can't sleep.
Yeah, I can die, but I can't sleep.
Last time you almost didn't happen.
Yeah, that was just luck, though.
Really?
Yep.
Have you tried again?
Falling through the roof? No, I don't.
Have you tried dying again?
Dying again.
Yeah, have you tried that? So you don't really know.
Well, there's
until
instances.
You try it again.
I mean, there's instances where I could have died but didn't. So it's not like I'm.
Yeah, exactly.
To start off, I wasn't trying to die in the first place.
I know that. I'm just saying the only way to test if you can't die is if you try again, because every time you've almost died, you haven't. So that's a pretty good track record. So if you try it again and you don't die again, then really there's something.
Are you trying to say I'm immortal?
I'm asking you to try it so we can figure out if you are.
I don't want to try it because then I'll probably die.
That's fine. I was just saying try it.
No.
That's fine. You don't have to. No, dude, I'm not going to do it. Okay.
Dude, it's like 100 billion degrees in here, isn't it?
It seems pretty fine to me.
I'm having hot sweats.
Okay. Dude, every time. How is that possible?
You think, because I've got this big head of mine.
Yeah.
I got this ginormous dome piece and all this hair that it would like stay, but it doesn't.
Your hair looks mad good today.
Thanks, man. It's messy.
Yeah, you just look mad delicious right now.
Appreciate that.
I could just eat you
I get
up.
I get a lot of flack for my hair.
Yeah, I know that, and I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
That people give you flack for it.
Particularly people in my family. They go like, nice hair. And I go, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Why did you say it like that? And they go, I'm just saying. And I was like, you never pointed out until today.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal? They go, it's just like, do you own a comb? Yes. Why? You didn't think to comb your hair? No, I'm just saying you guys, nothing special.
Also, I miss the part where it's your hair.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I miss that part.
It's like the same when people are like, oh, you have tattoos? I would never do that to my body. It's
okay.
Like, good. Keep doing that then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Keep doing it.
Guess whose body this isn't? Yours.
Yeah. And I also love the argument of like, you know, how do you think you're going to look when you're like 80? And I'm like, I'm going to be as gross as
I'm
every
look dead.
if you're an old person, you're gross. Tattoos are not.
Hope I'm dead.
Yeah.
By 80, dude.
I just hope by that time I have like I'd have a long lasting shorty or a wife as they call it.
I better be months into the big sleep by then.
Yeah, I want to die before my wife so that like she has to deal with that and I don't have to.
That would be nice to not have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't that great? You die and you just all responsibilities see ya.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to deal with your dead body. Your body's just everyone else has to worry about your dead body. And you don't.
Yeah, I've
never thought about that.
That's why awesome. That's why I never had like life insurance or anything because I'm like,
I don't have to worry about it.
I don't. Yeah, not my
this
problem.
This is like what me paying for something that I don't have to worry about because I'm just gonna die.
Put my body in the middle of the street. I don't care.
Put my body in a stream in a backyard.
Hang it up in front of a castle and say that you beat me in a duel or
cut
something.
my head off. Yeah, dude, cut my head off and then put my body on a pike. I do not
fillet my skin off my bones and then use my bones and carve my bones out of wooden utensils.
Yeah.
Well, bony utensils.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Take my body, put it in a wood chipper. Mm-hmm. That'll clean it up right away.
That's a good one.
Just put like a plastic bag on the other end so you catch all the blood splatter.
Right.
Because then you have to clean all that up.
And then put that, bag that and put it in a like a used tomato can, like someone who's cooked with it prior, and then just put that in those cans.
That's horrifying.
And then seal them.
Seal it.
And then sell them.
And then put it in a store.
Yeah. Easy.
And then name it Blood of My Enemies. And people will think that you're kidding.
Yeah.
But you're not.
It's not.
You're not kidding.
Nope.
It's actually blood.
I'm 100% serious.
And what's crazy is that you wouldn't get in trouble. Well, you would get in trouble because it's the person's blood.
I mean, I wouldn't.
But like, you wouldn't get in trouble for selling it to them because they would have willingly bought something that's labeled what it is.
Yeah.
And they would be like, "Oh my gosh!" You'd be like, "I said that you're buying the
literally great marketing.
I thought you were kidding." Not my fault.
It says it on the can.
It's not my fault. Literally, how is that my fault?
Like I
wasn't
know how
kidding.
to read.
I said I was serious. You laughed and said you're so funny, and then bought it from me.
Yeah,
for $500.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm out. Now I need a fresh body, and you're here complaining.
You're here, so
I'm gonna kill you.
Dead.
Remember
when we inspired the rug killer?
Yeah.
Remember when we made that up?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Dude, do you want a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know if you'd be hungry or not.
I'm always hungry. Name a time I wasn't hungry.
After we finish chicken parm?
No, I'm still hungry after that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm 100% satisfied after that.
I just like, I want to throw it back up and then eat it again.
Well, yeah, but I'm full at that moment.
No, I could still eat.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. You call me fat? What the frick, dude? First Allie saying I'm short, and now you saying I'm fat.
Yeah, I am.
Wow, I need better friends. Yeah, I want a Pop-Tart, though.
No, sorry. You need friends. You don't have any.
No, I need new friends.
You need friends. You keep saying stuff before it. You don't have any friends.
I have so many friends, dude. It's like...
Oh, yeah? Name one.
Your mom.
Did you not hear what I said?
No, I did.
Not real.
Yeah, I just completely looked past it because it was like not even worth me even paying attention to.
Yeah. You're delusional.
No, I'm Josh.
Friends with a not real person.
You're not real? What's this whole time? It's literally just me.
Yeah, guys. So last episode we ate some Pop-Tarts, and you might remember
straight cheeks
that Josh had never toasted a s'mores Pop-Tart before.
Nope.
Or any Pop-Tart. You said.
Nope.
You said you'd never toasted a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I've never toasted a Pop-Tart.
Which was wild to me. So I picked up some of these s'mores Pop-Tarts at the store.
Let's go.
And I thought I would toast one for you and then get your live on-screen reaction for the world.
Okay. This is about to be clickbait, but not clickbait. Rabbit Trails reacts to Josh eating
first Pop-Tart.
s'mores. Dude, when I see videos that are labeled like that, I just hate that so much.
Okay, it's not really.
I see what you're trying to do. Yeah, that's frustrating.
It's just not gonna work.
Here, give it to Dad. Give it to Pops.
Dad, please, dude. Remember what you said last night on Fortnite? Daddy, when's mommy coming back? Yeah. I don't remember what you said. It was so funny. Daddy, when's mommy coming back?
Yeah. I can't remember the context.
It was so funny, dude. You were laughing for a long time.
I really
Josh made
was.
himself giggle hardcore, and it was very funny.
That's like, it's rare when I make myself
It is
laugh
rare when you make
super
yourself
hard,
laugh that hard.
But that's the second time this week that I've done it.
Yeah.
And the same thing with like, I was telling Gage that I had a dream that Kendrick Lamar had dropped a diss track response to Drake's diss track, and it was really bad. And I was like in the dream, like distraught. I was like, no, dude, like, God.
Should have been Big 3.
And then I woke up and then I was like, I don't think that's real. And then I went back to sleep, and then I was back in that dream and re-listened to the song.
That's
and it was
absolutely insane.
still bad.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, we're not going to tarry any longer. We watched Rebel Moon Part 2. Ugh. And if you haven't seen our review of the first one, you should go back and watch that, because a lot of the same points are about to be made. They will hearken back to our past selves after watching Part 1, and they will sound similar.
I'll give it to the first one. It wasn't as bad as the second one.
Yeah, there was better fight choreography and better visuals
Charlie
in the
Hunnam.
first one. And Charlie Hunnam, top dog, number 1. Which, by the way, figure I should mention.
Sure.
Because I'm telling everyone I know that my friend Micah and my friend Allie just met Charlie Hunnam. Which is insane. Which some of you listening probably already know that, because a lot of you are friends with me. Well, I say a lot. I think I know my friends listen to this from Oregon or whatever, but yeah, it's crazy. He just deboarded the exact plane that they were about to board onto, and then Micah got a picture with him. And I was like, they just sent it to me, no context. Just
Honestly,
sent it
a
to the group
flex,
chat.
yeah.
And I was like, I literally couldn't believe my eyes. It's like, my first thought was, is this a cardboard cutout of Charlie Hunnam? Actually, my first thought was, is this some guy who looks just like Charlie Hunnam? Mm-hmm. Second thought was, is this a cardboard cutout just in PDX of Charlie Hunnam? Makes no sense. But that was my second thought. Mm-hmm. And my third thought was, oh my gosh, they actually met Charlie Hunnam. So that's crazy to me.
Yeah. And they didn't ask to kiss him.
Did not ask to make out with him, which was a mistake.
Yeah.
Should have.
Not even worth meeting him if you're not going to ask.
I did ask Micah how he smelt.
Yeah.
And she said effing legendary.
Now, what does legendary smell like?
Charlie Hunnam.
I get that, but like if you could compare it to something like...
I've never smelled legendary before.
I haven't either. That's why I'm curious.
You can ask her tomorrow.
Yeah. I need like recipes. You know, like he smelled like a rose like mixed with a little bit of an orange peel.
And walnuts.
Yeah, then I'd be like, wow, that sounds legendary.
All right, I'll be doing that.
A hint of vanilla. Okay.
You get a mortar and pestle and start trying to make it. Like never made a cologne.
Do I
in your
smell
life.
legendary?
I have to smell like that.
Yeah.
Dude, what the frick? You got like this paste in your armpits because you don't know how to make a cologne. You just crush it up and like put it in your armpits.
Yum.
I will smell legendary, I swear.
Everyone's throwing up around you.
What is that?
That's terrible.
Yeah. Let me grab this Pop-Tart for you, bud.
Go ahead, man. Dude, I'd hate doing a podcast with this guy.
I can hear you.
What's it's technology these days. It says,
this one's a little crispy.
oh yeah.
You want that one?
Yeah, dude. I like charm my stuff.
Get in there. Same, honestly. I like it when it's a little burnt.
Dude,
It's probably going to be a little hot.
Like whenever I eat things that are charred up, dude, I toot like crazy.
Okay. I'm just going to take that
Nope.
back. I'm just going to yeah, so Rebel Moon Part 2. Josh, give me your initial thoughts on this movie.
Okay. Not the best movie I've ever seen.
Very valid, very true.
Choreography was dope. The visuals, incredible.
Yeah. Very photoreal.
Yeah,
Those
dude.
spaceships blew me away.
Spaceships, like the planets, the world itself.
Looks really cool.
So sick. Actors,
Subpar.
some were like really good, others not so much.
Yeah.
Story, like just really effing
trash
dumb, just
can.
so dumb.
In the trash
like
can.
the worst storytelling I've probably ever heard
I could
in my
fart
life.
a better storyline.
I have farted a better story.
Yep.
The other day I took a dump and I was wiping for a long time.
That's a better storyline.
And I got up and I looked at the mess I just made and I go, I think I have a hit.
I think I just.
I think I've got a hit movie right now. Yeah, it was just, and I don't want any more. If they make more, I'm not doing it because that was just really rough to sit through.
It was bad.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a s'more Pop-Tart, Josh.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
He's been awoken. He's been awoken. Imagine if you were a sleeper agent and this was what woke you up. That's why you've never toasted a Pop-Tart, is because that's what triggers your You just kill me on the podcast. Yeah, so that movie was super bad.
Man, nice. Yeah.
I still don't know the main character's name, nor any of the other ones.
Because I thought of Legend of Korra.
Okay. I only remembered Scargiver because that's what they called her, and that was the title of the movie.
A lazy nickname.
Yeah. Because I mean, might as well just call her person who hurt someone.
That'd be a better one.
With a blade. Yeah, that's literally the name.
Yeah. Dude haircut girl.
Yeah, she did cut her hair, and it was kind of a travesty. Not a super great haircut.
Fresh fade, though.
Yeah, fresh fade, dude, TBH. But it's like, why do you have to do that for battle? And then her boyfriend didn't even say anything about it.
Don't even start on
Don't even start on the boyfriend. Okay, guys, this movie was horrendous on several levels. It was just as confusing as the first one. I still didn't know really what was going on or why they were doing it the way they were.
On the rating scale, I give it like, first of all, 0 out of 10 cheek slaps.
Yeah, it missed my cheeks. Not even a gust of wind hit my cheeks.
It touched my butt and I filed for sexual harassment.
Dude, it's a freaking nightmare of a movie. And I can't believe anyone who says it's good, I'm flabbergasted by you. Because I just genuinely, it's just like the Snyder Cut. I genuinely do not understand how you could think that's good. That's fine, but I just don't I seriously don't understand because none of it made sense.
The thing is with that, like with the superhero thing, I'm like, okay, recency bias.
Yeah.
But they still are like, they're foaming at the mouth and trying to bite anybody who like doesn't like it to try to infect them and be like, it's so good. And I'm like, but you're not telling me why it's good.
Yeah, you're just screaming and whining.
I get it. It's subjective, like what people think is good.
Sure.
And like, I feel like people kind of hear us talk about things we don't like and they're like, these guys just like to hate. And it's like, do you think I want to waste my time?
We did not want to watch
something?
Moon Part 2.
Didn't want to watch it. No.
Did not want to watch it.
Went in with bad expectations, exceeded how bad it was.
It exceeded our bad expectations.
And dude, like Zack Snyder's the only director that's ever done that to me, where I go in with low expectations
and he lowers them.
And it lowers them. And I
he
go,
goes,
wow,
I can do better than that.
You are something.
He goes, oh yeah, those are your expectations? I'm going to blow this out of the water.
I'm like, this is the Watchmen guy?
Cavern. Yeah. Honestly, dude.
Because Watchmen was incredible.
It's unmatched. It's nothing like that has been done since.
I mean, The Boys kind of.
The Boys is like slightly adjacent, yeah.
But I feel like if you don't have Watchmen, you don't have The Boys.
That's facts. The Watchmen's so good.
Yeah.
You're stuck in here with me. And then 300. I mean, a total classic. Total classic.
Dude, that was Sparta.
That works. You know, like his style worked for that. Sci-fi? Sorry, man. I don't know. I was so confused and there was not enough, like, there was too much context and not enough given, you know? Do you want this other one?
Why aren't you eating it?
I already know what it tastes like. I'm not super hungry.
Give it to me.
Give it to me. And
Thanks,
I'll do
man.
what you should have did 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that movie was I mean, the pacing was just like okay, if you have 2 movies and you're still rushing, don't do something in there.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Okay, this is one of the many parts that just blew me away. Just blew my socks off. Okay.
Yeah,
all of a sudden my feet were cold, and I was like, "Where'd my socks go?"
Yeah, and then I looked at his bare feet are out.
My bare feet,
and I
was like, "Whoa,
dude,
whoa, whoa!
Put your socks on."
I was kind of embarrassed.
Yeah,
I was kind of embarrassed.
You wear panties on your toes. You had little.
Why'd you have to say that? I wasn't going to give that detail. So literally, dude. Okay. Literally. Okay. The first movie happens. We get the whole team. Okay. We get the whole squad for whatever freaking reason. And then in the second movie, he decides, all right, we're going to give their backstories now. In the second movie that's ending this 2-part movie.
Yeah.
We're now going to make you try to care about the characters because you don't care about the characters because you don't know who the frick they are and what they've been through. That's classic storytelling. You don't know who they are. You haven't spent time with them. You don't know their motivations. You don't know what kind of person they are.
Still don't.
Okay. So they literally, and I'm saying literally. I'm not using it like everyone else does and like I do all the time. Okay. I'm actually using it correctly this time. They sat down at a table and the dude said, okay, we're going to talk about our past lives. So in a way, he didn't literally say, everyone give your backstory right now.
I think he said something along the lines of like, we need to know what each
he's
of us
like,
is
if we're going to fight
for.
with each other, we need to know our past, and so
By the way,
no joke, sat at the table, went in an order, and like the person was like, I'll go next, and then tells their backstory for 30 seconds. Tells their backstories. They're like, okay, this is my tragic backstory, and all of them were like, my family died, every single story, and it's like, hey, I feel like this is a waste of time because everyone's story is this. It's the same thing with different variables. Oh my gosh, I lost everything. That's your story. Oh my gosh, my whole family died. Okay. I don't care, dude. Like, make me care. That's your job as a director and as a story writer. You're supposed to make me care about the characters so I buy in. And I'm not bought into anything. A whole part 1, I wasn't bought in. Part 2, never bought in because I was so blown away. Okay. And then on top of that, I think the main thing that Josh and I are like, what the heck, is the boyfriend. Okay. Because that breaks the entire movie for me because it is really so, I'm just like awestruck by it. Okay. So if you don't remember our first review, we talked about this. The first movie happens. We're about to spoil it. First movie starts.
Hold up.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, spoiling a bad movie.
Hey, spoiling a bad movie so you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. Because this is so ridiculous. You might think, no, surely they got something wrong because this just sounds so ridiculously stupid and like, how could somebody miss that? And as a movie maker, you might think that, but we're actually serious. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Part 1 starts. Your classic, there's a dark power that is, gripping the galaxy with its fist, and it's like going around power hungry, on a power trip, and it's like, do whatever we say or we'll kill you, basically.
Yeah.
Classic. Nothing wrong with that. You can't really make a new story. Everything's been done. You can just kind of put new stuff around it, and that's fine. That wasn't our problem. So they show up to this farming planet. Dude, we haven't even talked about the farming scene.
My God. How the movie was 90% farming.
90% farming in slow motion. Unnecessary, okay? Dude, they could have taken that whole portion and put that into the backstory part.
Yeah.
And then we would have had more time with that.
Yeah.
So, okay, back to the first movie. They come to this planet. They're like, yo, you're going to give us all your food. And they go, yo, we can't do that because then we'll die.
Yeah, we don't have anything to spare.
And so then they're like, we're going to be back in like 5 days and you better give us some food. So then they have this little meeting and it's a peaceful people. They don't fight or whatever. They're all just farmers. And the chieftain, like the head guy of the whole settlement is like, hey guys, we're just going to work extra hard and we're going to what does he say? He was like, we're going to act like we don't have enough.
Yeah. We're going to, the surplus we have, we're going to act like we don't have it.
We're going to act like we don't have it because then they're just going to keep taking.
Yeah.
They're just going to keep coming back and keep taking.
So hopefully they'll be like, but these guys really don't have anything anyway.
Honestly, not the worst play. Out of the two you got, not the worst play ever. Okay?
Yeah.
There's this other guy that rocks up and he's like, yo, but we can just give it to them and it'll be fine. So naive, it's unreal. Because everybody else in this whole settlement seems to have the understanding that you don't mess with these people and that you don't you don't give them what they want, because then they're just going to destroy you one way or another.
He sees the bag and he goes blind.
Yeah.
Like he's blind. He's blinded by the bag.
Which there's not even a bag. It's just, hey, we won't kill you if you give us your food, which you'll starve to death though.
Yeah.
And so the chief guy is the smarter one. And he's like, we can't give him that stuff because then we will die. And then they'll just move on to a new planet.
Yeah.
So we need to do a different play, which is true. This guy says, no, we'll just give him the food and it'll be fine. That's what he basically says. And then the chief guy goes, no, I'm the chief. We're not doing that. Settled. Settled. Okay. They come back. Guess what happens? Chief is in the middle of his thing. It's not really working. Granted, it's not really working. He's trying to like, poker face it up. It's not really working that much. Then old boy, okay.
Yeah.
Comes out of nowhere and says, yo, we've got some surplus. We can give it to you. He thinks he's like patting himself on the back, dude. He's like,
yeah,
yo, I'm
pretty much already saying that the chief is a liar.
Yeah. He's like, I'm saving the whole town. Right.
Yeah.
So then the guy kills the chief right in front of everybody.
Bashes his skull in.
Kills him immediately because he lied.
Yeah. And that's on
that guy's hands. Okay. It happened in front of the entire village.
Men, women, and children.
The chief that they loved and probably grew up with and was a great man.
He was.
Killed him immediately because of this guy. Okay. Then you'd think this guy gets excommunicated. This guy's a traitor.
Yeah.
He on their side. He's on the bad side immediately because he just got in. He was trying to get into their pocket.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, we've got surplus. I'm just trying to give you what you want, man. And then chief gets killed. Okay. But guess what? No one cares.
He's that nerd trying to get a Letterman jacket by trying to like be cool.
Guess what? No one in the village cares.
They're literally just like, hey man, we all make mistakes.
They didn't even say that. They act like it didn't even freaking happen.
Yeah.
And then the main girl, who's like the epitome of justice, and is like, I can't do this. Like, I have to fight back. Also doesn't care.
Yeah, it's so looked over that it's sickening.
Also does not care. Yeah, it's freaking insane.
Just like anytime he's on screen, Gage and I are like, why is he still here? Are we not addressing
every time, dude?
Are we not addressing that? Or
yeah, and so then guess what? He's along for the whole freaking ride. The entire ride, he is a part of it, okay? And guess what? The entire ride, no one ever talks about what he freaking did.
I don't talk about it.
He backstabbed the entire settlement.
Yeah.
And now they're fighting for it and he's included?
Yeah.
No.
And
you immediately broke the trust and you got a guy killed.
Yeah. And for some weird and then she's like falling in love with him.
Yeah,
and
dude,
it's
what? Almost immediately off rip falling in love with him.
Yeah, no chemistry has been built here.
I did not see it coming. I was
betrayal.
like, they're about to kiss. Okay, they're kissing.
And then they're in bed and you're like, oh, okay.
That made no sense.
You guys just did baby stuff.
Yeah, you guys just made a child.
Yeah.
But he's going to backstab the kid
Yeah, he's
too.
literally going to sell the kid for surplus.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he comes along for the whole freaking ride. It's never mentioned that he's a total traitor, betrayer. And like, I wouldn't care as much if they brought it up and then it got figured out, or he was like, I was afraid and I didn't realize they were going to kill him. Sure, that's fine. But they just straight up ignored it forever and act like it never happened. And in the second movie, they say that he's their hope. The village literally gives him a present and says, you're our hope and our heart. That guy literally got the chief killed.
You're the whole point. You're the reason why we're in this position.
Literally everything.
You're the reason why we learned how to fight like trained professionals in 2 days.
And actually fought back an entire army.
Yeah, killed a whole army. So
many of them died. Yeah, so it is crazy that happened, and that was just like.
Nah. Why don't you just go with her though?
No one talks about it. It is not talked about.
Yeah.
That is absolutely horrific story writing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And I haven't seen it anywhere online.
And then it got worse in the second movie because he actually did it again. He betrayed her again.
Yeah, he betrayed her trust because given he does the thing that you want him to do as an audience member. You're supposed to want him. You're supposed to want him to do that. I didn't care. I was like, okay, she should give herself up. Basically, they're like, yo, We'll spare the entire village and leave if you just come with us.
Total BS.
Obvious.
You know he's not going to do that.
Yeah, but it's like...
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's just...
yeah, she should do it. That's what I said. I was like, yeah, she should. I was like, if she doesn't do it, that's not her. She wasn't written correctly. She does do it. She's like, okay, I'll come with you. So that at least made sense. But then old boy, the traitor, the backstabber, he...
main character.
Yeah, he sounds the alarm. And then everyone in the village, who died, his fault.
Yeah.
Again.
Because he was like, no, shorty. And then he shoots the bell. And then a dude pops out of the ground with a bazooka.
That was so
and
awesome.
just like destroys so much.
There were some good qualities. Just like the first one, there were some cool things. Like when he popped up out of the ground, I was like, okay, that's going to be a...
Yeah.
And then that dude, the farmer dude who got up in the jet and fought the actual bad guy.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the whole movie. Because this like random farmer guy who's like super strong and super nice, he jumps up into like the spaceship with the main bad guy who's flying away. He gets in there and he fights this dude. Mm-hmm. And it's actually the best part of the movie. I was actually like, okay, this is actually thrilling. Mm-hmm. I actually don't know why I actually care about this guy. Mm-hmm. I said he was my favorite character right there because he's just kind of like fun and kind of goofy, but he's also just like tearing it up, dude. Yeah. And he's so strong. He died. Mm-hmm. So
slit his throat.
They just slit his throat, dropped him right out of the plane, out of the spaceship, and he just hit the ground.
He hit the
crazy. Yeah, that was the best part. But the farming. Talk to me about the farming.
Yeah, so it was about a 2-hour movie flat. For about a good... First of all, they wanted a recap. No, not watching that. Skip. And then there was a good solid... They show up back at Planet Rebel
Farmville. They show up back at Planet Farm.
Yeah. And the people are just like, oh my gosh, it's you guys. Like, we've been waiting and we just are so happy you're back.
Champions are back.
And they're just meat mangling like everybody there.
And she's like, we killed him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, you didn't.
And they're like, no way.
And then
you killed him. And then one of the only survivors of like the army that
turned
was
to
there,
their side,
who is only doing it because there's a fine shorty that he's into.
There is a fine shorty. Understandable.
He's like, yo, you didn't kill him. They just told me. Yeah. And then everyone ignores that kid.
Everyone's like, no, you're stupid.
And then she's like, I don't know what this stupid kid's talking about. I killed him.
Dumb.
And it's like, literally just got done talking to him. So I don't know what's happening here. And then they were like, so they're going to be here in 5 days. We have 3 days to train. And then immediately, then it goes to the ship.
They have to get the farming done.
Yeah. It goes to the ship. And you see, like, you're seeing kind of like things with the main bad guy every now and then, like every 5 minutes or something like that. And then, there's the training montage begins, and it's just all farming for at least 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Of farming.
Slow
motion.
Farming. Just like grain in the air.
Wheat.
And wheat getting scythed, and there's a song playing, and it's everybody like farming. Oh my gosh, we're going to die in 3 days. Our whole planet's going to be destroyed. Like, they're
not
just
even
farming forever.
Yeah, not training, just farm. And then there's like a few things of them fighting, and it was just like shooting at a grain dummy.
Yeah, not moving targets.
And hitting them, and then the professionals being like,
yeah,
wow, you've got skills. Oh my God, I've never
really good.
I have never seen it. Precision like this.
I've never seen somebody be able to cut grain in half with a sharp object, and when it's not moving, oh my gosh, incredible.
So they just kept farming and farming and farming.
Yeah, and then it would cut to another scene, came back, still farming,
and then
it happened 2 more times.
There was nothing in these 2 films that had any character development or depth. Every character was just a surface-based character with a little bit of backstory that you had no idea how they got there. And then you just didn't spend time with a huge cast of side characters that you're like, who are you?
Yeah, what is this, dude?
Like in the first movie, that one guy, you meet him and then he dies immediately, and it's such a big deal. And you're like, bro, I just met you.
Yeah.
I just met you.
I just met you.
You have been on screen 3 minutes.
I saw you. I said, that's the guy from Ant-Man. And then you died.
And then everyone's just like, oh my God. Dude, the fact that I knew Charlie Hunnam was about to betray everyone just because he got more speaking lines.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, I'm telling you, dude, Zack Snyder's like, dude, I don't know how to make a bad movie. Watch.
I've never made a bad movie in my life.
I literally can't make a bad movie.
Never made a bad movie in my life. Check this out. No, watch this.
So the second movie, there was even less depth to everyone. And then that fight scene dragged on way too long. It was really cool
So long.
for an extent. And then it's just like, okay, like it doesn't make sense for all these villagers to be killing and whooping up on like a trained band of ruthless
army.
Killers.
Yeah.
But they're doing it.
They're not stormtroopers. They're straight up like, we're trained soldiers. We've got this crazy technology. We're going to kill you.
It also never came back up that like old dude ruined the plan by like shooting the bell. She just like brushed past that too and didn't even bring it up. Like you think she'd be mad at him being like, why the frick did you do that? Yeah. And then there being some sort of like, I'd understand if like he did it and she's like, why the frick did you do that? And he's like, because I love you and I didn't want to lose you and nah. And then it's like, none of that. It was literally him doing that and be like, get on. And then she got on the horse thing. And then that was it. Yep. And we never talked about him doing that. It's like, I hate you. I hate you so much.
Yeah, he's the worst character by far. Yeah. And it's like it's the movie's made where I'm supposed to like him, which was almost it was even more annoying because I'm like, you're just straight up spitting in my face. Like he betrayed everybody and you're making it like I'm supposed to enjoy this guy's company. I don't want him dead. Yeah. If he died, I would applaud.
Yeah.
And he did die.
And then there was that there was lightsabers girl with who cut her arms off.
So funny.
Yeah.
Okay. She has this fight. Choreography's aight. Okay. It's not like busting. It's not busting it down for real.
It's like an 8v1 and you're like, is this in slow-mo? And you're like, it's not in slow-mo.
Yeah. It's like, how do we make this girl seem like she's super powerful? Oh, let's just make her fight a bunch of guys. Okay.
Also, what were the arms for? Because like,
yeah, why were they robot arms? What's that? It's because I think it's because you can't hold it because the hilt gets really hot. Oh. I don't know, but like later on in the movie, she tries to, the main character girl tries to hold one and it burns her hand and then she wraps something around it. I don't know.
Could have just like, yeah, you could have just.
But I'm like, just make it to where it won't do that.
Yeah, make a product that works.
Just make it not do that.
Because she cut off both her arms just to put on these gauntlets
and then stand there while nobody's there.
But then the guys she was fighting, they all had them and they didn't have to cut off their limbs for it.
I don't know if they had like some gloves or something. But then
that's
it's
what
like,
I'm saying. Just get gloves.
I
don't have
no
to cut
clue
your
why she cut her
freaking arms off. You
no
idiot.
idea why she cut her arms off.
Yeah. Also, speaking lines for her, I think she said 6 sentences.
Yeah, bad.
Between the first and the second movie.
Also, probably by far the worst costume in the movie. Just had that dumb hat on. Yeah. And I was like, what is this? Why are you wearing that?
There's this like part where they're farming for 800 years.
Oh, yeah. That part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is sleeping under the tree. And this kid comes up to her and he's trying to be funny, quirky, goofy, trying to tickle her little nose. And then classic, like, standoffish, shunning, secretive samurai. She stops him from doing it. And he's like, oh gosh.
Runs away.
But then he's like, runs away and looks back.
And she smiles at him and he's like, she's not so bad.
And then in Zack Snyder's mind, he's like,
oh, dude. And now
he's like, dude, there's so much depth to that. It's like, because like, if you think about it, the symbolism, because that kid doesn't have a family, because the kid doesn't have a family, and it's like,
likes her, but she has robot hands.
And then someone's like,
but sir, you didn't specify that the kid doesn't have a mother. You just had him to do the thing with the wheat.
Why does it matter that he likes her? Because the whole team likes her and it's fine.
And he's like, you don't get it.
You don't understand. I'm the director. I made the Snyder Cut. Do you understand that? The Snyder Cut? That was me. You know my last name? Zack Snyder? Yeah, my cut. Okay. Yeah. So I think I know how to make a movie. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. My apologies, sir.
So then she's having this 20v1
Yeah.
and she gets stabbed.
She gets slain.
Yeah, she kills everyone but is dying. And then the kid runs over to her and he's like, no.
Well, he kills that last guy.
Yeah, he stabs that last guy because he was about to mollywop her.
Yeah, it would never happen in real life.
Whatever. So then she's dying and she like caresses his face and puts his hair behind the thing and they're both
They've
tearing
never spoken
up.
to each other.
Legitimately never said
never
a single
spoken.
word. The
Nope.
only encounter they had in these entire
They've looked at each other
series
2 times.
is those 2 times that
Yep,
they
they've looked at each other 2 times. That's it.
and then it's just like supposed to be emotional. I'm feeling
This is
at the moment I'm feeling rage.
This is me. Okay.
Die already.
Move on.
Let's
dude.
go.
Hey, okay.
Wrap it up.
Because apparently this squad was apparently the least trained because everyone outside is doing pretty good. Just killing everybody,
Yeah.
blasting bazookas, exploding trenches that everybody's
insane
in.
accuracy.
Just craziness. But inside there, couldn't seem to shoot these people in a room.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Why? It's probably because they were trained on dummies that sat still.
Yeah, never
I
shot at
just
anything
remembered
that
that.
moves.
Yeah. And nobody was attacking them either. So yeah, she was dying and I looked over at Josh and I go, you know what's crazy, dude? Is that the Last of Us game, if you ever played it or if you watched the show or something.
Play those
Okay.
games. Dude.
Incredible. About to spoil a little bit of it. So if you're planning on playing it or watching it,
It's also been out.
turn
for
it off.
So
it has been
long.
out for a long time, but I don't want to spoil it because it's an incredible game or movie.
Yeah.
Or show or whatever. The show's not as good as the game.
I would never give this to him. Hey, Bill, here you go, man.
Bill, here you
Thought
go,
you should
bud.
have that.
Wow, this is a terrible note. So you see like the zombie apocalypse start in the game, and the main character Joel's daughter, she dies after like 30 minutes. Like it's like a 30-minute-ish scene.
Yeah.
Longer in the game, obviously, because you have to play through the level, but like it give or take like 30 minutes or an hour. You know her. You don't know any backstory. Like you don't know their lives or anything. You just know this is his daughter and they're trying to get out alive. She dies. I cries.
Yeah.
Okay. Bars.
Yeah.
She dies. I cries. And guess what? She dies. I cries. Hey. She dies. I cries. Yeah. So I cry. First time I played the game, I was in high school. I cried. This samurai girl looks at this boy twice, gets killed. I could not care less than I did.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I actually was the lowest part of my care.
Did not care.
I was like,
was like-
this is trash.
I was like, what was her name?
And guess what? Yeah, still don't know her name.
I don't
Guess
know
what?
any of their
I
names.
don't know any of their names. I just remember that one dude's a priest or a prince, apparently.
Word?
Didn't know that. Yeah, the dude with long hair is super hot, never wore a shirt.
Oh,
That guy,
yeah.
he's a prince. He
Yeah,
was
because
really
his
dumb.
mom killed himself to secure the bloodline.
What does that even mean, dude?
It doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
So funny, man. Yo, to secure the bloodline, I'm out of here.
I'm going to kill myself.
I guess maybe like they were going to like take her and then impregnate her. I guess that's what that's implying in my opinion.
I guess, but at
That's
the
the
same
only thing that
time,
makes
it's
sense
just
why you
like,
would kill yourself.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like my blood's pure and I'm a boy. So like,
But also, yeah, like if they just take him and do the same thing and like make him,
I guess.
this is crass, but like make him impregnate somebody else, like
yeah, I mean, it's same thing. So you killing yourself really doesn't do
Yeah, it
anything
doesn't
if
do
he's
anything.
alive. So both
Yeah.
of you should have killed yourself.
yeah, should have both died. Anyways, so yeah, it's just crazy to me that like The Last of Us, I have like 30 minutes to an hour with this girl, zero backstory. I do not know anything. I'm a little girl, and then I know this is my dad, and we're trying to get away. That's what I know. This movie, I have known this girl for 3.5 hours at this point, including part 1. Do not care. Do not know who she is.
Oh.
I know her 30-second backstory, which is, guess what? My whole family died. And then I cut off my arms and I have swords now.
Yeah.
That's her backstory. Really in depth, really cool, really well written. So her whole family dies and then she gets robot arms and sword. Oh man, that's amazing. Let's put that on the big screen. Yeah. And she was like, you could tell she was supposed to be cool because she had the lightsaber, the Great Value lightsabers. But she wasn't. She was lame. And she died and I didn't care.
I could have
So-
cared less.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
And at one point, Gage and I were like, I hope everyone dies.
Oh, dude, yeah. I was like, please.
I hope the bad guys win.
I have the main guy. Yeah, I was like, that would be more exciting because that would be unexpected. This was just like, it was also a boring movie.
Yeah.
That's a great thing because it's like the last thing you want is a movie to be boring. It has to be entertaining in some way. This was just straight up like boring.
Farm, backstory, farm.
Slow motion farm, villains are doing stuff. Then we're back to farming in slow motion. Then
Villains
back to
are
bad
doing
guys.
stuff,
And then we're back to
farming.
farming. And then we're tickling a nose with wheat.
Yeah.
And then we're training on wheat that we farmed.
Yeah.
We're shooting different things that aren't moving. And we're saying that's super good. And then we get attacked. We kill a lot of people. A lot of people die. That's it. That's the movie. Yeah.
And like Zack Snyder, it's your thing, so obviously you'll fight for the thing that you made. I just don't know what you're doing.
I don't understand. If I met him, I would legitimately, the only thing I would want to know is this dude backstabbed everyone. Why
did you take that route?
Why is he fine now?
Yeah.
Tell me what was going through your head when you wrote that stuff, because it makes zero sense. And I'm enraged that this guy,
Dude, it would take me out of the movie.
well, that's the thing is I'm just like, it would break the whole thing to me because I'm like, you would care about that.
Yeah.
You care the main character girl cares so much about these bad guys getting what's theirs and
She doesn't even want to fight. She wants them
saving
to
the
go
village,
away.
saving the village. She cares so much about that, but she doesn't give a frick that this
he
dude
just killed a guy.
backstabbed everybody, got the chief killed, and then now she has to come out of hiding, which she was in hiding.
And the chief had such notoriety with everyone. Everybody loved him.
Everyone loved him. He seemed like a nice guy.
He helped her have a second chance at life.
Yeah.
Because she used to work for the bad guys.
That guy. And guess what? She had her arc.
The orchestra.
Yeah, I was going to get to
Okay,
that because it's just horrendous. So her arc, the main character, her arc, dude, is basically, oh, I tell the truth. That's her arc, dude. Because her actual arc, all off screen. All before the movie happened. Isn't that crazy? You get flashbacks, but that's all you get. And you don't get a full length flashback. You get bits and pieces throughout the two parts. And then you understand it at the first jump. There's no need for more explanation. You're just piling more stuff on top.
Yeah.
Which basically her arc, her off-screen arc was I was evil and then I realized I was brainwashed and then I want to be nice and kind now, which is that's a solid arc.
Sure.
All off-screen, wasn't a part of the movie. Her on-screen arc was I'm ashamed of who I used to be. Nobody knows it, but then now I'm going to tell the truth though. And then she tells the truth and guess what? People go, we already knew that. And also the thing that you were torn up about, this actually happened. He goes, she's talking to the dude who didn't know what revenge is. She's talking to this dude at the end. She's like, yeah, I got to tell you the truth. So I'm this girl. He goes, I know that.
I already knew it.
And she goes, you don't care that I killed the girl that I've been so distraught about. And so this whole movie and everything I care about is because I did that and I feel guilty. And he goes, oh, she's not dead. So guess what? Erases the entire movie.
No one
erases everything.
No one was just
oh, it didn't happen.
Everyone, no one was just she's alive, right? Anyways.
Yeah, dude, because this is the second movie. We got Batman versus Superman. He says one name and then it's just erased. This happens. Oh, she's alive. Erased. 2 movies now.
It's he's
erased.
He's dude,
What if we just erased it?
check out the plot twist.
Check this out.
It just says Martha.
Dude, check out the plot twist. Look, it's going to make the whole movie
get it?
not even matter.
Do you get it?
Guess what? They're fighting the whole time and they're like, yo, you're a threat. No, you're a threat. This so the whole movie's about that. They get all the way to the end. He says a name and guess what? erases the entire movie.
Dude,
because then they don't fight, so the whole plot is destroyed off of that.
They're like fighting, right? They're like, oh like,
my gosh, I'm gonna
do
kill
you
I'm
bleed?
too- I'm like right about to kill you.
And then Superman goes, mommy. And then Batman goes,
Mommy,
why did you say mommy? I have a mommy. And then they're both like, dude, you have a mommy?
You have a
yeah,
mommy?
I have a mommy. And then he helps him up and he goes, dude, we both have mommies.
And then they kiss.
Let's work together to stop
Bad guy.
some bad guy that I can't even remember.
It was Doomsday. Crazy, but it was Doomsday.
All right.
He showed up for what, the last 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, and he was just like a
Biggest
mindless,
Superman villain of all
just a
time.
mindless beast with no. And it was General Zod who just turned his body just turned into
Yeah, that was just a freaking insane.
lazy writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we watched
Bad.
Rebel Moon. It sucked, and they're gonna make more of them probably.
Yeah, hopefully not. Well, Zack Snyder apparently has a Snyder cut of this movie that's like, what, 5 hours, 5.5 hours?
Just make it right the first time.
Yeah, which is, here's the thing, is like, I feel like you made a bad movie on purpose so that you could stir up your crap again and then release your own cut. But which you think is good and it's not.
Dude,
it's not really that crazy.
That's just like releasing a video game, just like the downloadable content portion of it, and then being like, here's the rest
and
of
being
it.
like, look, it's a whole movie. Look, it's a whole game now. And
Yeah.
it's like,
why wasn't it that the first time?
yeah, why do I have to buy more?
And I'm not watching any more of it.
No thanks.
It's not even.
Yeah, I don't. Probably the lowest thing on my priority list is to watch a longer version of that.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
That was worse than the Snyder cut. That was
Yeah.
worse than Justice League.
Yeah, it was.
I would rather watch Justice League. I would rather watch the Snyder cut than watch that.
Yeah, I think Zack Snyder is slowly becoming the worst director.
Slowly,
Of
he's
all
devolving. He is very much devolving. This was like a wake up call for sure. Because before we went into part one, I had this slight glimmer of excitement. I was like, "This is cool. It's a cool idea." I was like, "This is like a new sci-fi IP," which I'm all about because all we have is Star Trek, Star Wars, and you know what other one, some other thing. You know, like I know all of the other stuff that we currently have, and I'm like, "This is a completely new, made up thing." I'm interested. Show me what's up. It was bad. So I'm just like, teaches me to have faith. I shouldn't have faith in Zack Snyder.
Rebel Moon or Thor: Love and Blunder.
I would rather watch Thor: Love and Blunder.
Same.
Yeah. And here's the thing is because I'm familiar with the characters.
I
so
know
I at
them.
least care.
Yeah.
At least. I had zero feelings except pure hatred and frustration and boredom in Rebel Moon. At least in Thor: Love and Blunder, I'm like, oh, remember when Thor did this and that, and now he's doing this, and oh, look at this. And it's just like I'm connecting stuff. I'm familiar with the characters. There's at least some bit of like, I feel included or I feel like there's something happening here, you know? But it was just like Rebel Moon was just a waste of time and a waste of money. Orchestra part,
Yeah.
because we're almost at the end of the episode.
Yep. Thank God.
So there's this backstory scene
It's for the main character.
for the main character, Scargiver lady, bad haircut lady, and so it's like this flashback of when she killed the princess girl that she's so torn up about, but actually she's not dead, and it erases everything. So it's like the royal family that they're protecting. And she like escorts them into this room where I guess they were expecting a party. It's like the king and queen and the princess. I guess they're expecting some sort of party or something, like a soiree. There's an orchestra in the movie. There's an orchestra playing like violins and cellos to the right. Okay. And you really have to watch the scene to understand what I'm saying because it is so unbelievable. Because if someone tried to explain this to me, I don't think I would understand. I don't think I would comprehend the full gravity of the situation. So they're walking in. There's an actual orchestra, I say again, playing in the movie in the room that they are in. Okay. And they're like dressed up. Like it's not like they're just like a random orchestra.
It's like for the party.
They are in the story, actual people in the world playing an orchestra at this thing. Okay. They walk in. They go, what's going on here? The general dude who adopted the Scargiver lady, main character. Crazy, I don't know her name. Cora? Okay. He adopted her or whatever, so he's kind of like the brainwashing guy. He's like the tempest for her evil. So he turns around and then he's like, yo, activate betrayal. Dude, maybe that's why she likes the boyfriend.
Yeah, she just likes being betrayed.
She's used to being betrayed, and so she seeks that out.
That dude's name was Gunner.
Gunner?
Didn't even hear them say his name, not one time.
The main bad guy?
No, the backstabber.
Oh, Gunner?
Yeah.
It's kind of a lame name.
Yeah.
For like this movie character.
Yeah, for this movie. Yeah.
Anyway, so they walk in, there's an actual orchestra playing in the movie. Again, like I'm probably over explaining it, but I just can't believe that it actually happened in this movie. And so they walk up and the dude's like, yo, kill them. So they start killing the queen, the king, and the princess. They start like backstabbing them and like do a coup. Okay. The orchestra starts playing like rapidly, like playing action music
with the mood.
Yeah. Playing with the fight and like making it really like action packed, like orchestra fighting thing in the movie. It's not a soundtrack.
Yeah. Instead of just like something traumatic happening and be like, oh my God. Oh, stop them. They're just like, okay, someone's dying. Speed it up. Yeah, speed it up.
That wasn't even the crazy part to me, because if they're with the dude, then they don't care. Like, they don't want to die, and this dude's going to kill them if they don't do what he says. But like, just the cringe. Like, it was like, if it was just a movie soundtrack and the music picked up like every other movie on the planet,
that's normal. Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, I knew that Zack Snyder was trying to do something different, and he thought that this was really cool. That was part of the ick for me. This was big time ick. This wasn't just cringe. I was seriously getting the ick, and I don't get it a ton, but I genuinely was like, oh my gosh, this is horrendous, because it was just like, the music's, it's picking up now. Like, if they were just playing the same song the whole time. Because at first I was like, oh, I like this orchestra because I like that kind of music. And then when they started playing with the actual fight in the movie, I said, this is terrible.
Yucktown.
This is yucky, yuck. Get away from me. I feel gross right now. Ewy.
Cooties, boys, disgusting.
Yeah, it was gross, dude. So, I mean, if you can look that up on YouTube, it's like objectively hilarious because it's so cringe. It's so cringe. Okay. And then it's like the fight dies down and then the music, they like play it softer. And I'm like, this is so cringe. Cause it just made me think of like main character people. And they're like, yeah, that's a movie. Yeah, that's a movie, dude.
This is my life.
Yeah, this movie's my life, dude. I feel like I'll have a soundtrack in it.
This is my life.
Yeah, so that part was terrible. And I'm like, if you know me, you know that I love movie scores. So the fact that I found this to be cringe is like pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because that was aimed at people like me. That was like, oh, dude, people who like scores, they'll think this is a really unique and new thing that I'm doing. So it's aimed at me. And I go, that is disgusting.
Yeah, I mean,
was
it's
my
like
genuine reaction.
Cool that you took a swing. You know, you just missed. You missed
so bad.
You swung the opposite direction. You swung in the same direction the ball's going.
You let go of the bat and it flew into the stands.
Yeah,
and it hit me right in the face, and I went, "Ow!"
Yeah,
never coming back to this park again.
Yeah,
this is the second time I've been in this park. I hate it here. This game is stupid. And it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, who are these players?
Because this dude on the other team, he was pitching the ball. He pitched it, then he ran around and hit the ball for the other team. And then that team just took him back. And they're like, don't even worry about it, man. You just scored a point for the other team. It's fine.
It was bad.
It was bad, dude. So
there you go. Rebel Moon Part 2. Feel like you watched it.
Rebel Moon Part 2. Do not watch it.
If you want to do it, it's not good from our end.
Yeah. So, if you do watch it and you want to talk about it, somehow get in contact.
Yeah, just comment down below.
Yeah, comment down below if you've watched it and what you thought about it. Even if you liked it.
Dude, if you liked it, just flame us in the comments.
Yeah, just explain why the frick you like it.
Flame us in the comments and be like, you guys don't have any taste or culture. You don't understand vision. You're simple-minded and stupid.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I'm probably all of those things, dude. Tell me about it.
Also, explain to me why I'm wrong. If you're genuinely upset, like if anyone's watching this and genuinely is like, they just don't get it. I want you to write an essay. I want you to comment down below and go through the points that we made.
Times New Roman. Double spaced. Bold.
The right
italics.
heading. And I want you to explain to me why our points are moot. That's English. Because I just genuinely don't understand it. Like, if you can explain to me the whole boyfriend backstabbing and then no one cares, if you can explain that to me, that would be a
if that makes sense, we're talking about a whole different movie.
Yeah, dude, because that just kind of broke the entire thing for me. Because every time he came on screen, I was reminded of that.
Yeah, some might say that that's the straw that broke your mother's back.
The camel. Why was my mom?
Your mom's not a camel, dude. Be nice.
Dude, you know
She's
the saying.
Your mom.
Dude, what the frick, dude? Yeah, guys.
But
that was Rebel Moon Part 2.
Yeah, that's the episode. Next week, we're not going to talk about Rebel Moon. Thank God.
We're not, dude. Please vacate it out of my mind.
I feel like we had to do that. I'm exhausted just from I feel like I watched the movie again.
Yeah, it was bad.
I hated that. But I hope that you guys enjoy us suffering through that. And I hope that you appreciate the episode and the thing, and I if you loved it, I hope you watched this and just were like sitting there watching us talk about how bad it is and be like, these guys don't even get it, like, you know.
Yo, they don't even, dude. Zack Snyder's a genius, dude. Have you seen the Snyder Cut?
But
yes,
that was it, and next week we'll have another episode. So
deuces, guys.
See ya.
Adios.